Hello everyone, we're going to talk today about the pros and cons of an FHA loan. Now there are many and I'm going to miss a few. I'm just going to talk about some of the most common and obvious pros and cons that will apply to most of you. Now let's start with the cons. One of the cons of an FHA loan is that you're going to have mortgage insurance. It's the FHA's version of PMI, and unfortunately, it is mandatory and required on every FHA loan. Now, I have a calculator on the website that can help you to figure out how much your FHA mortgage insurance will be if you're wondering what that would look like. But the other thing is that it's for the life of the loan. So unless you put at least 10% down, it's for the life of the loan. If you put 10% or more down, you can cancel that mortgage insurance after 11 years. So I'd say that from a comparison to other mortgages standpoint, that would be, the mortgage insurance would be the primary con of an FHA loan. Another con, if you want to look at it like this, would be that it has to be for a primary residence only. So if you're looking to purchase an investment property and you want to use an FHA loan because you want to have that small down payment or your credit scores aren't that good, you cannot use an FHA loan to purchase an investment property. Now, if it's a multifamily home and you plan to live in one of the units, and in the end that property kind of is an investment for you, then yes, that'll work. But again, the second most obvious negative or con of an FHA loan is that it must be a primary residence only. Another con is that FHA loans have very strict rules about condos. The condo must be warrantable. The condo must be approved by the FHA, and so for that reason, sometimes condos are harder to finance with an FHA loan. Another negative is that sometimes sellers or the seller's real estate agents do not want to accept FHA loans, the buyers who are applying with an FHA loan, because FHA would require the home to be in safe and working condition before closing, which means if there's anything seriously wrong with the home, the seller needs to fix it. And for that reason, sometimes sellers, and oftentimes coached by their real estate agents, are not accepting buyers with FHA loans, which could make it a little bit more difficult for you to purchase the home that you want. Now, that was definitely the case during the time when we had a shortage of homes and there were bidding wars, and the sellers could take whatever offers they wanted to take and be very choosy. But when the market gets flip-flopped and it becomes a buyer's market, then you're in the driver's seat, and the seller will likely accept your offer if it's near what they were looking for, especially if there are very few other offers coming into them. Okay, so now let's talk about the benefits or the pros of an FHA loan. The first thing is it allows for much lower credit scores. You can go all the way down to 500 credit score with an FHA loan, where conventional loans will stop you at 620. The down payment is low, 3.5%, 3.5%, with credit scores down to 580, 10% for scores below that. Also, the debt-to-income ratio, the allowable debt-to-income ratio per FHA guidelines is 56.9%, which is higher than what some of the other mortgage programs will allow for. Conventional loan, you're not going to be able to qualify for as high of a mortgage, especially with the same small down payment, because both loans will have PMI. Those are the major positives. Now, some other pros would be that you can get a gift from a relative to help with the down payment. Most lenders will accept down payment assistance, and most of the down payment assistance programs will provide you with enough needed because the down payment is so small. Another great pro is if you've purchased the home and then rates decline in the future, you can get what's called an FHA Streamline Refinance. This is for people that already have an FHA loan on their home. Streamline Refinance allows you to refinance without some of the additional closing costs like an appraisal. You don't have to submit income documentation again. The credit score doesn't matter. As long as you've been making your mortgage payments on time, you should be able to qualify for the Streamline Refinance. So that makes an FHA loan very attractive from that perspective. So if you'd like to learn more and want to get pre-approved and want to speak to someone and you have some questions you want to ask, just visit FHAlenders.com, or if you're on the website watching this, just click Find an FHA Lender and we'll get back to you. I appreciate you watching and I hope you have a great day.